In the early hours of a fateful morning, Hurricane Milton unleashed its fury upon the coast of Florida. The winds howled like a banshee, and the rain fell in sheets, transforming familiar streets into raging rivers. Residents, gripped by fear, hastily packed their belongings and fled their homes, leaving behind everything they held dear. As the storm raged on, towns that once thrived with life became ghostly echoes of their former selves. Fort Myers Beach, a vibrant community known for its sun-soaked shores and lively atmosphere, now lay in ruins. The aftermath was surreal. Abandoned homes stood like sentinels, their windows shattered and doors swinging on broken hinges. Streets once filled with laughter were now littered with debris, creating a haunting landscape that felt both familiar and foreign. Among those who returned to survey the damage was Sarah, a lifelong resident of Fort Myers Beach. As she stepped onto her property, memories flooded back. Children playing in the surf, neighbors gathering for barbecues, and sunsets painted in hues of orange and pink. Now all that remained was silence. As Sarah wandered through her neighborhood, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was not alone. Shadows danced in the corners of her vision, and whispers seemed to float through the air. The abandoned houses around her held secrets, stories of families who had fled in terror or had chosen to stay and face the storm. One evening, as dusk settled over the wreckage, Sarah ventured toward a particularly dilapidated house at the end of her street. It had once belonged to Mrs. Thompson, an elderly woman known for her warm smile and freshly baked cookies. Rumor had it that Mrs. Thompson had refused to evacuate during past storms, believing her home was her sanctuary. As Sarah approached the house, she felt an inexplicable chill wash over her. The door creaked open as if inviting her inside. Hesitating for a moment, she stepped over the threshold and was met with a scene frozen in time. Dust-covered furniture and faded photographs lined the walls. Suddenly, a soft voice echoed through the air. "Help me," it whispered, barely audible yet unmistakable. Sarah's heart raced as she turned toward the kitchen where Mrs. Thompson used to bake. There, amidst the shadows, she saw a flicker of light, a candle burning brightly on the table. Compelled by an unseen force, Sarah moved closer and noticed an old photograph of Mrs. Thompson surrounded by children, laughter frozen in time. The room felt alive with memories. It was as if Mrs. Thompson's spirit lingered there, watching over her beloved home. In that moment of connection, Sarah understood that while Hurricane Milton had taken much from them, homes, possessions, even lives, it could not erase the bonds forged within those walls. The ghosts of their past would continue to haunt these streets, not as reminders of loss, but as testaments to resilience. As she left the house that night, Sarah felt a renewed sense of purpose. The community would rebuild. They would honor those who had come before them by sharing their stories and memories, keeping their spirits alive in every nail hammered into new walls and every meal shared among neighbors. Hurricane Milton may have left behind devastation and sorrow, but it also ignited a flame of hope that would guide Fort Myers Beach through its darkest hours toward brighter days ahead. As we conclude our journey through the haunting aftermath of Hurricane Milton, we reflect on the resilience of a community forever changed. From the winds that howled through the night to the echoes of laughter now silenced, the impact of this storm is profound. Join us as we honor the memories of those who faced the storm and those who continue to rebuild. Their stories remind us that even in the darkest times, hope can flicker like a candle in the night. Thank you for watching. If you found inspiration in Sarah's journey and the strength of Fort Myers Beach, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories of resilience and hope. Together, we can keep their spirits alive.